Hey guys, my name is Elia, and in this video, I'll be starting a series on how to create a website using HTML. So, the programming website that I'm going to be using for this is Replit. You can use any website. This is just the one of the easiest ones to use for beginners. You don't have to have any experience in code to learn this. I'm going to keep this very simple. So, if you come to Replit and create a Replit, you have to click on HTML. Now, it might not come up here. I just use it a lot, so it's recommended for me. You can just search up HTML here, and it comes up. You click on it. Name your Replit whatever you want. I'll just call it website. And create. Now, when we open it, it already comes up with a code. We're going to delete this because we're trying to learn right now, and we got to start from scratch. So the first thing you do, we're going to make a tag. I'll talk about what that is in a minute, but less than symbol, exclamation mark, and then write doc type. That's the first tag that you make. Whenever you're using HTML, always do this. Less than symbol, exclamation mark, doc type, and then HTML, and then close it. You don't really need to know exactly what this means. It just says which type of HTML we're using. In this case, we're using HTML5. But just remember to do it. You don't really need to know exactly what it means or what it does. Under that, on the next line, we make another tag, less than symbol, and then write HTML. Now, we've created another tag right now. So a tag, by the way, is anything that's enclosed in these brackets, these less than, greater than symbols. That's called a tag. So this is a tag, and this is a tag. Now, right now, this tag is open right now. This HTML tag is open. So to close it, all you have to do is make another tag just the same way that this tag up here is, this HTML tag. Just write the same thing, except before you write HTML, put a /. Now for me, Replit already wrote the thing out for me. I didn't have to type it out, but sometimes you will have to type it out if you're using a different website. So right now, this is closed. Before it was open, but now it's closed. Now that we have this /. So now anything in between these two different tags are part of that tag. All right? So now we're going to write head. And for me, it already closed the tag because Replit has an AI, and it just does stuff for you, I guess. Now, not every website is like this. Yours, you might have to type it out yourself if you're using a different website. And then under head, we're going to write body. We're going to create a body tag. All right. So here for the head, you might be wondering what the head does. The head is basically where you put your meta tags, or you put the title of your website. So let's do that, actually. We'll get into the rest of those stuff, but for now, title. Now we can write whatever we want. So I'm just going to call it website. I'll call it Ilya's website, I guess. So what this title does is it changes this thing up here, up on the tab. The name that shows up on the tab, that's what this is. This is where you would write. You would write in the head section, and then you would write title. And then in between these two title tags, you would put the name of your website, whatever you want to name it. And in the body section, this is where you would write whatever you want for your website. So I'm just going to write hello world for now. You can write whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. And let's hit run. Yeah, so as you can see, it says hello world. The website title isn't going to show up because that's for up here, but it doesn't show up right now. But if it was like going to be a real website, it would show up at the top of the tab up here. So for now, we just have a body really for the website. All we wrote was hello world, and it shows up here. Now, there's another thing. One last thing for this lesson. How to make a comment. You might be wondering what that is if you're new to programming. All you do is you create a tag with a less than symbol, exclamation mark, and then 2 dashes. Now this creates a comment. Now obviously we gotta close it, so let's do another 2 dash symbols, and then close it. Now we have this thing, which is a comment. You can type whatever you want in here. Now if we hit run, let's give it a minute. As you can see, it does not show up anywhere. A comment is basically, it's something that you write in your code and it only shows up in the code. It basically, like, imagine you're looking at your code a couple weeks later and you completely forgot what each part of the code means. All the comment does is it makes it easier for you to understand what the code is. Like, you could say, I don't know. It's basically like an annotation. Like, you can write it next to your code and be like, this part of the code does this. And like, if you put it doesn't really show up on the actual website. So like, I can create a comment here, exclamation mark. I can write, this is a tag, and then close it. Now I wrote it here, like, I could write that, and it's basically just a note, so I know what this part of the code does. It's just a note to myself. It doesn't really do anything. It's not going to mess with your code, as long as you remember to close it. If you don't close it, then everything under it is also going to be part of that comment. So remember to have 2 dash symbols and the greater than symbol at the end. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the first video. In the next video, I'll be explaining the various types of tags and how to use them. But for now, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so see ya.